Hey guys, today we are in the Montreal Maple Leaf Air Canada Lounge in Montreal, and we're going to be taking a 7-hour flight to Vienna, Austria, and I'm really excited, so I'll see you on the plane. Bye!
Today we start off at what is known as Air Canada's nicest Maple Leaf Lounge, their international one at Montreal Airport. This lounge takes Air Canada's dark branding to a whole other level, something which I personally really like. I absolutely love how the dark walls and floors contrast with the tan leather seats and of course, the abundantly lush greenery. Overall, the marble floors with the warm wooden accents make this a very nice space. The rest of the lounge is a brighter, more open space, with its main feature being this full-service bar. Like any lounge, there are plenty of seating areas, including private cubicle areas and a private room. However, I don't really see what the purpose of this room is for. Anyway, a large chunk of this lounge is comprised of the dining area, which in addition to more seating, features a live cooking station with plated hot food, as well as a hot food buffet. Here you will also find suites including cookies, a coffee, soft drink and beer station, and a pit filled with cold fruit juices. This lounge also offers panoramic views of the apron. And of course you will find Air Canada's signature oversized model of the 787-9. After visiting the lounge, it was time to board, which was done via a very chaotic process on one of Montreal's old sorta bus things. I don't really know what they're called. Anyway, welcome on board. Austrian 767 business class occupies the first third of the aircraft and is laid out in a 1-2-1 configuration. My seat for tonight's flight was 5K, lined flush along the window. The seat's red and grey color palette is in line with Austrian's branding. To start off, we have an adjustable reading light. Below that is a cutely stitched leather pocket that forms the main storage area of the seat. Here you will also find the charging and headphone ports. On the left console of the seat is a small touchscreen featuring the seat controls. Across the console is a large red leather seat pocket. Here you will also find a small mesh pocket for things like a water bottle. Adjacent these pockets is a large and high-quality in-flight entertainment system, and below that is the footwell boasting endless legroom. So guys, a feature that I absolutely love is that how none of the cabin crew are wearing masks. Almost no one on this flight is wearing masks, even though it is federal law. Because like the whole world is getting back to COVID normal, and yet our Prime Minister still wants us to wear masks. So I really do like how this is my first mask-free flight since COVID. After boarding, the amazingly friendly cabin crew came by to hand out the menu card for tonight's meal service. One meal was a 3-course dinner, and the other was a breakfast featuring 2 hot options prior to landing. And right after that, we began our stunning departure out of Montreal. Hot towels were provided just after takeoff. And then right after that, the flight attendant came by with drinks and our table setting, which is more commonly only seen in restaurants or first-class flights. This was followed by a bread basket, which featured delicious rolls that were heated to the perfect softness. I gotta say that I also liked the classy design on the cloth napkin, and I appreciated that a toothpick was provided in the cutlery set. Just before our appetizers were served, we passed by an awe-inspiring thunderstorm display. The appetizer cart soon appeared, and I chose to go with the salmon, which was fresh and flavorful. After that I went with the beef fillet, which was hand-plated in the galley, which I really did appreciate. The flavors were good, however it was slightly overcooked. The main event followed, which was the scrumptious dessert cart, featuring a variety of cakes and tarts, cheeses, dessert wine, and an entire silver tray of fresh fruit. I have to applaud Austrian as I love their trolley services, as it allows passengers to see what they're about to eat and pick and choose their dishes accordingly. In addition to fruit, I went with the chocolate opera cake, which was rich and nothing short of delicious. The Austrian dessert wine was also nice, as it was sweet and refreshing. And if that all wasn't enough, the crew came by and handed out Austrian's famous coffee menu, turning our flight into the Viennese coffee house above the clouds. I went with the Einspänne. I don't think I'm pronouncing that correctly, but anyway, it was prepared fresh on board and was smooth, sweet, and creamy, and was just absolutely amazing. After that great meal service, I opened the shoe bag style Amenity Kit, which boasted the essentials: an eye mask, earplugs, a toothbrush and paste, socks, and lotions. Lila, you enjoying yourself?
Yeah.
I then went to the bathroom, which was rather old. However, it did have lots more amenities, including shaving kits and combs, which I found to be really useful. It was getting late, so I made my bed, which featured a warm wool blanket and a plush pillow, and just before shutting my eyes, I took one last look at that beautiful midnight sun. I soon woke to another one of Austrian's artisanal coffees, a traditional melange, which was the perfectly smooth warmth I needed to wake up. At this time, the cabin started to come back alive. The breakfast service was shockingly also served in courses, with the first being a round of orange juice and a charcuterie bowl. Following that was the main tray, consisting of scrambled eggs with delicious bacon, a small bowl of yogurt, and lots of breakfast breads, which paired nicely with the provided jam. I, of course, also went with even more coffee. With about half an hour to touchdown, the crew promptly cleared our trays and we began our descent into rainy Vienna. After we deplaned, it was time to get on a train and head to Salzburg. So we are now on the train from Vienna Airport to Salzburg. And, okay, Leah, let go.
This is Gino. Hi. Gino's really excited to be here right now. It's his first time in Europe, so it's time to go some sightseeing in Salzburg, right? Yeah.
In a week we fly back.
Yes, I'm aware. I do have to return to Toronto eventually. That was the plan.
We're actually flying to Montreal.
I still live in Toronto, so I will be getting there eventually. Makes sense.
After enjoying a weekend in charming Salzburg, we took the new WestBahn train to Vienna. The train was double-decker, offering leather seats in groups of 4 with a large area at the end of each coach. The train also provided passengers with complimentary high-speed Wi-Fi, as well as a small snack and beverage cart. Then after a few hours we arrived in Vienna, where we stayed for 5 days taking in the grandiose palaces and crawling the local coffee houses. And like any trip, it was eventually time to fly home, where we started off with priority security and had a quick stop in Austrian's very small business lounge. We then boarded and this time were greeted with pre-departure Prosecco. And even if masks were mandated by the Trudeau government, who actually followed those rules? Hot towels were given out once again, and Austrian's extravagant dining festivities began with a bag of delicious rosemary bites and a round of drinks. The appetizer trolley was then rolled down, and because of this concept where I could see what I was going to eat, I chose to skip the first course, meaning I didn't waste any food. Today's main course was Vienna's famous chicken schnitzel, hand-plated with parsley potatoes and topped with fresh lemon juice. The meal tasted fabulous. As with the eastbound flight, the dessert cart was rolled out as well, and this time I went with a glass of port and a plate of cheese. I also went with the homemade tiramisu. I of course had to finish off the meal with Vienna's famous ice cafe, which was the perfect combination of coffee, whipped cream, and vanilla ice cream. I also wanted to mention that the amenity kit on the westbound flight came in the form of a suede pouch. With 6 hours still remaining, I decided to get some rest and take a nap. I was awakened by a final round of hot towels and another round of biscuits, shortly before the pre-landing hot meal was served, consisting of Austrian veal patties, a salad, and a chocolate cake. I really enjoyed the veal. And after a week abroad, we were descending back into Montreal. After 2 flights in Austrian's business class, I can say that it is a classy way to cross the Atlantic. The seats may be old, but I love the classic Boeing 767, and the flight attendants and the first class dining service really set this product apart. I've flown Austrian in economy before, and I said I'd fly them again, which I did. And today I'm going to say it again. I will fly them again transatlantically, as they really do set the bar high for a boutique airline. So to keep up with my travels, ensure that you have subscribed, as next month I post another hotel review. I'll see you then.